Greetings all. Welcome to the channel. I was getting ready to say if you're new to the channel, and then I realized, wait a minute, we're all new to this channel, including me. Welcome to the channel. I'm doing Red Raven Reads. My name is MJ, and I hope that this finds everybody out there well. I'm starting off with our Zodiac reads. So I'm going to go ahead and launch right into this, and as I'm pulling cards, I just want to let the collective know out there that no matter who I pull for, I personally read with divinity. I operate in love and light. I send nobody out there at all any ill wishes, and I would ask that you do the same for me. All right. Today we're reading Full Moon in Gemini, so we're going to be talking to the Gemini collective out there. All right, this is exciting. And I am being reminded before I even pick up and figure out which archangel may be with us today, I'm being reminded to say that this could be your sun and or moon sign. Ooh, right off top, we've got Gabriel. Gabriel really wants to talk to our Gemini collective, our new incoming Gemini collective here. All right, divine emergence. It's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and gifts. All right, Gemini, I love this already. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a more specific message from my little short angel cards here. Oh, there it is. All right. All right, Gemini. Divine emergence, it's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and gifts. Where do you think power and gifts come from? Change. Being invited to change. The journey of life is richer for its changing path. No step is the same as the last. The road is forever fresh and sometimes surprises. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, is, and will be. All right, Gemini. I like any time that I see encouragement and hear our archangels, Gabriel, telling us, listen, it's time for change. Don't be afraid of change. Know that there's divinity with you. Know that what you want, new roads, new pathways, things like this, they're available. They're available to us all. So let's see what kind of extra additional supports and helps they got for you here, Gemini. All right. State precedes strategy. When things aren't working, the problem may not be your strategy. It may be your state. Might be the state that we need to change here. A tense body and scattered thoughts can sabotage even the best plan. Remember, your state precedes strategy. Reset your energy, then begin again with clarity. Okay? Clarity. Clarity, Gemini. You've got some divine emergence going on, and I have to say, I see some sacred energy, some chakras being worked on right there. Okay? That would be because they need some changes to happen. Okay, whoever this is, you need some changes to be happening and occurring here. Let me check your Akashic record here, some Akashic cards, and see what's going on. I am very curious about what it is that this Gemini collective is trying to get at here. Caring connection. Caring connection. And interestingly enough, if you notice here, they're working on resetting things up in our brains, right? And caring connection, dolphins, of course, do echolocation. And so I can see the connection that Gabriel is making for you already here. A new supportive relationship is on the horizon. It might be a kindred spirit or possibly even romance. Ooh, Gemini, I feel like doing that. I want to know. It could be someone new or the deepening of an existing relationship. Open your heart to this new connection, Gemini. Okay. So, and I hear Gabriel saying once again, remember, State precedes, right here. Sorry. State precedes your strategy, okay? We need to let go of the tension and we need to open our heart. We need to open our flow. I feel like this is somebody you may need to open your mind up about too, okay? There's a change that really needs to occur here for the Gemini collective. My goodness, let me find your downline here. I want to see, what is this all about? Talking to a King of Swords. Well, you are Gemini, you are air energy. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Intuitive Cav because Intuitive Cav gives us pretty good. You may need to open your mind. Maybe somebody that thinks that other intuitives are doing this, but let me get a little bit more on this storyline. Black magic. And you know, I started off saying, I don't send that and I don't receive it. Oh, I see. I see the problem here. We got a male for male. We have male for male energetic connection going on here. Somebody needs to change and somebody needs to open up their mind. What I'm a little bit concerned about is that the black magic exists between these two. Somebody within this Gemini connection needs to let go of an obsession that they're holding on to. Okay, one or the other. I don't think I like where this reading is particularly heading for you, Gemini. Started off so good. I can see where, yep. Somebody is being asked to let go of an obsession. To me, it looks like this might be an obsession that is so great that we're doing some ill intent and some ill wishes. Now, I don't know if this is the Gemini or the possible partner. I'm seeing an older to younger connection here. And somebody's being invited to lay some burdens down here, yes, and go on a new adventure and a new journey, a new caring connection. I have to tell you, I'm not really liking the energetic connection between these two masculines at all. Now, I am a supporter, I am an ally, so I will never hesitate to read for anyone. You know, I'm an ally of humanity, okay? Our spirits are all here to do the hard works together. So, just so you know, anytime this energy comes up for me, I have no problem reading it and reading it as I see it. So, what I'm not liking is what exists between these two masculines right here, okay? One or the other. When we think about dark magic, we think about, you know, could be somebody lighting a candle and saying, you know, hey, universe, I want you to do X, Y, or Z. It could be somebody having just incredibly dark thoughts. It could be somebody, you know, saying very terrible, awful things about somebody else. It's obviously not a healthy connection that I'm reading for right here, particularly because somebody within this connection is being invited to set down some obsessive patterns. So I suspect whichever in this Gemini connection here is being invited to set down the obsessive healthy patterns is probably the one that isn't wishing the other well, okay? Gabriel's confirming I'm correct. While the one that is needing to do a little bit of work on their obsessive habits and learn to set those down, the other, who is not obsessed, is being invited on a new journey, okay? Being invited to find themselves a caring connection, okay? And then to remember that state precedes your strategy, okay? Gabriel is telling me it's the one that has the obsessive patterning, that doesn't want to let go, does not want to let go of a relationship situation between the other, themselves and the other. You are actually the one being told, state precedes strategy. In that the other is getting the caring, supportive relationship. So one is being told that they need to change and they need to understand that it is your state of being, your state of mind, the things you're thinking, the things you're saying, the things you're doing that is preceding your strategy in this relationship, in a relationship that you're rather obsessive about. The other in the relationship, Spirit wants to bring the caring connection to. This is not, this is never my favorite energy to read for, simply because, yeah, because then shit like this gets tossed. I'm just very curious. Yeah. So it's the younger. I'm being told it's the younger. That's why this is all showing up with the younger. Okay. The older. Gabriel is showing me the older. Okay. You're ready to go on a new adventure, and they're ready for you to have a caring connection. The younger masculine in this situationship here. In this situationship right here, you are definitively being told. Tell you what, I do tend to read for complex situations, and Spirit knows this, so sometimes it takes them a minute to get me, and I don't mind reading for two different energies on the board. The older masculine seems a little bit, you know, wizened, and typically when I see King of Swords, I can tell you that, you know, there might be a little bit of, you know, King of Swords is sometimes known to be a little blunt and a little blatant, but I'm being reassured that this dark stuff that's occurring is coming from the younger masculine, okay? It's coming from the younger masculine, and it has to do with an obsessive piece that they don't want to put down regarding the older masculine, okay? But you're being invited to do that anyway, okay? You're being invited to end that definitively and transform, change, transform, and understand that your state of being, how you see and how you approach people in life, precedes all the strategies that you need for healthy relationships, okay? So Gabriel definitively wants to see some changing for the younger here. And they really want you both to move on, but younger. You need to see what it is that you're doing. You need to do some research, okay? You need to see what it is that you're doing, what it is you're saying. Yes. This right here in your case represents illusions, okay? Illusions. That obsessive piece that you have with the older masculine, those are all illusions, okay? Those aren't cups that you should be drinking from, I'm being told to say by Gabriel. These are all illusions for you. You keep pulling unhealthy things from the Seven of Cups. Yes. I started this off by saying, I don't send anybody. I never do and I never will. I don't send anybody stuff like this. That's because I'm a white witch. Okay? I'm a white witch. And I'm being told to say to whoever this is in the Gemini collective out there that is using these very obsessive pieces with this other masculine, it's a younger masculine towards an older masculine. Understand that the older masculine also holds this card, which tells me without even finishing a pull or even pulling other kipperish downline, that this other masculine has protection. Okay? This other masculine has protection for themselves. Nothing else on this side. The other masculine in this scenario here has divinity. I can tell you. I'm going to go ahead and pull it, but I'm being told that whoever this masculine is, the older of the two, they are really advising that you go ahead and you move on. You go ahead and you move on. You take a new trip. As for the younger in this scenario, Spirit wants to work with them on changing some things. Let's see if I can get a little bit more from the actual Kipperish. I can see some protections. I think that they're going to be sending this older some unexpected money. That way you can move on. Maybe be in a safe place, yes. Move on from things that is occurring here with this younger masculine right here. Might be somebody, the younger masculine might be forging documents. They might be spreading false narratives. All of these things are things I would expect to see, indeed. When I see stuff like this, somebody that's obsessive, somebody that they are definitively saying, nope. So they want this younger to learn to do some changing, but Spirit is saying to say to whoever this is between this two coupling, the older of the two, you've been doing your research. You know, you've been doing your spiritual research, so you know somebody starts sending you that stuff. Somebody starts sending you this type of stuff. I'm not shocked to see this type of stuff coming with it, especially since we've got somebody obsessed with an older masculine. All right. You know, it's why I don't practice in the dark arts, and I don't use my gifts and my talents for anything other than oracle readings and to wish everybody well and wise. Yeah. You're very surprised. Somebody's very surprised. The younger is going to be quite surprised that the older, because the older is who has divinity. The older is who's holding divinity. They're going to be a little surprised when the older comes back and says, I can see what's going on. I can see what's there. The older holds divinity. The older masculine holds divinity and is moving on. Oh my goodness. The younger is going to be surprised that you're making that movement. Oh, okay. Right there. All right. The younger is going to be a little surprised. And Spirit is saying to start preparing yourself for, yeah, you have faith that everything will be fine, as the older masculine should. You should also have faith in your protection. Music and songs is very, very, very important to this older masculine. Okay, this is an interesting read. I'm not used to seeing a lot of dark magic happen. Yeah, this could turn this, you know. Okay, karma. You're rebalancing. The older is rebalancing. The younger is getting karma for whatever particularly for this stuff right here, because they're doing this stuff right here. Okay, the older masculine's going to like the karma, okay, because they're protected. They know they're protected. They've done the research. They've pulled the Hierophant in the correct kind of way, while the other one, Spirit's still trying to work with them. Spirit's still trying to work with them on these pieces right here, which means as this one's being worked with, because they have operated in this type of stuff right here, there's no one in the tarot world that doesn't know that karma will come for them. When we do stuff like this, instead of operating over here, karma, the balance has to be restored. That's karma. Older is getting it in one way, the younger is getting it in the other. Yeah. The older's protected. The older's got money coming in. The younger is being told, you've got to shift, you've got to change, you've got to let go of these things which no longer serve. Frankly speaking, what Gabriel is saying, none of what you're operating in for this younger one, none of this stuff right here, these illusions, falsifying things about your ex that's walking out the door because they're opening that path and giving them money to make sure that they can. You are being invited to transform and change. Operating in these obsessive pieces, you are, I mean, it's such a strong, I mean, like strong. Okay, strong. You are strongly being told that they want you to lay this down, okay? Now this masculine, the older masculine on this side is going to be very surprised by the money, but at this point what I'm seeing Spirit say, and then the younger masculine is going to be surprised that when they come home and the older masculine is gone, as is all their stuff, they've blocked them, they can't reach them, they can't call them anymore. You know, what should begin for the younger immediately is this, the change, okay? Gabriel is saying the pieces that you are operating, the younger masculine is operating in, serves no one in humanity, including this younger masculine. Serves absolutely nobody. Okay, well, I'm gonna pull a Karma's a Witch card. Okay. No. Thought I felt one pull, but I couldn't find it. Here it is right here. Hecate. Okay. Seeking justice when dealing with legal matters. Okay, right here. Contracts, fairness, and legalities. Well, Karma is a witch. Okay, I have the feeling that the younger's about to lose a whole bunch of things because look what you're holding on to here. Okay. Gabriel is showing me that whoever is the older masculine, that's what they're coming out of this with. That's because they don't do these obsessive pieces. They don't hold on to, you know, illusions. You know, they don't spread false narrative, and they certainly do not spread black or dark magic. Okay. It's very, very, very important for this younger one to listen to what Spirit is saying to you. You truly need to listen to what Spirit is saying to you. Karma is coming. It's definitely coming. And I'm going to gather that I'm talking to a married masculine to masculine couple here. Okay? I'm showing the money lands with the older. Okay? And that's because the older is holding divinity in the upright. The older has decided, you know what, no, I'm not going to be having all this obsessive stuff. I'm here to be happy. I'm here to practice white magic with people. Light, love, forgiveness, compassion, kindness. I'm not here to spread nasty things, but the younger is holding on to these pieces right here. Right here. Operating in illusion. Okay? Obsessive illusions, spreading false narratives, wishing very, very, very unkind things upon the older soon-to-be ex, okay? Spirit's coming to balance that out between these two masculines. Yeah. So the older masculine is the Gemini, and Gabriel is asking me to read this to the older masculine one more time. Communicate your truth. The truth, okay? That's because the younger is holding this. And find clarity in your thoughts and words. Clarity, expression, and flexibility. You're going to need that because you two, I can see the two of you heading right here. Okay? There's going to be somebody else deciding, you know, the universe spirit is having someone step right in the middle between this older and this younger masculine. Okay? And it doesn't look like the younger is going to be coming out the way that they hope to come out. The older masculine is going to be a little surprised. You're going to be a little bit surprised that you're the winner and the victor in this, because the younger is going to be walking in with false narrative, false documents, things like this, things of this nature. The younger is being told, you're going to be a little bit surprised when the universe and spirit ensure that 3D things belong to the other. And that's because you're operating with these pieces right here. Illusion, obsessiveness, dark magic, okay? Things that we should not be holding, okay? It's why I refuse to ever, ever, I am happy to operate in, giving people protection, helping people do, yes, okay, let's see here. So Gabriel is saying to say to the older masculine, because it seems the older masculine is who does tarot, and you're going to recognize that this message is for you. Gabriel is saying to say this to the older masculine: I call upon Hecate to hear my plea. Bring justice here to me. Right the wrongs that have been done. Exonerate me, O Mighty One. Send misinformation. Okay? Send misinformation back to those responsible for my woes. Send karmic debt so that they will never forget. Hear my plea and bring justice back to me. That's a white witch spell. Okay? That's righting a wrong balance. So that the older masculine knows they've heard your plea. Gabriel Direct has heard your plea, and they are ensuring that caring connections are coming your way. They are telling me to say to you that it is safe for you, King of Swords, to move on from this connection. They will send you exactly who you need. Okay? Now, that's what white witch magic is. Okay? Whoever you are with and are leaving here operates in all of this, as you well know, because you're putting it out there into the universe that you want them to change. You want to be done with this nonsense right here. You want to be done with all of this nonsense that this younger masculine that you're currently married to and on the way out the door from holds on to. Okay? You're prepared to be done with all of that. And Gabriel is with you, saying, we've heard your plea. Go ahead and keep putting that out into the universe, because we're responding, we're answering. They're not going to let false narratives between this soon-to-be ex-situationship stand. Okay? They're not going to let that happen. Let me go ahead and get you a couple of oracles from this side. Okay. I've got an oracle deck that's a little harder to work with because it's a little larger, a little clunkier here. All right. Imagination, card number 21. 2 and 1 is a 3. This is the Gratitude Oracle deck. I'm going to read to you what this says. Imagination. I gratefully use my imagination to visualize and manifest my dreams. Can we guess which side that's for? You're moving on. A vibrant imagination is more than fascinating in creating stories of magical beings or faraway places. It is the origin of originality and innovation. Innovation and vision can be expressed through the arts, literature, technology, and science. When you utilize your imagination, it enables you to think creatively and come up with unique solutions. I'm thinking that you might need a unique solution to combat these things right here, okay? Thinking that the older masculine here knows this about themselves. You know this about yourself already. You need a unique solution to combat this, okay? It can help you cultivate resourcefulness and inspiration, okay? Gabriel is saying, and combat false narratives. False narratives and dark magic that somebody, your soon-to-be ex here, not somebody, your soon-to-be ex, your younger soon-to-be ex-partner here is holding on to. Hey, they're getting the invitation to knock it off. Put it down, end it, put it away. The only thing that they didn't pull here is a tower, but I can see that this is a tower regardless, okay? That which is false is never going to stand true, right? So, I mean, I see a clear victor side to side here, okay? The one that is operating in white magic, doing white magic, refusing to go into dark spaces, refusing to tell lies about the other, who happens to be the older masculine in this situationship here. You're coming out the victor. This is so specific. This is so very specific for our Gemini population. And you know what? I tell you what, I meant to pull some letters for you. I will do that here in just a minute. Sorry, I'm also listening to Gabriel. Gabriel is saying there's no doubt for them. They see a clear pathway created for the older masculine here. Yeah. That's because the older masculine is going to be speaking the language of love and truth. When we speak the language of love, we always speak from the truth, from the heart. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. Okay? So when you're standing in that court, in that justice system, and the other is just, you know, saying all kinds of false narratives, they're showing me somebody that's going to be, you know, very lovingly sitting there saying, you know, I can see that this isn't going well from where they're literally, you're going to have very few words is what Gabriel is showing me. You're going to let this one, who's being obsessive, just go on and on and on, and let justice see, okay? The few words that you're going to speak are going to come from a very loving place, a very caring place. To me, anybody that holds these type of cards, as you well know, as anyone in our collectives are going to know, they need additional supports and help. And what I see is the older masculine being able to very honestly and earnestly from the heart speak a truth and say, you know, I can see that help needs to happen for them, and I do wish them all very, very, very well. Love, kindness, all of these things. And as soon as the court system sees that, you know, you're going to know. You're moving on. You're going to know. You're moving on. Okay? You're going to know you are moving on. You're not even going to be surprised. You are the one that watches tarot, and you know that this is happening here on your line. What you're going to be surprised about is that unexpected money that in fact you win, because this one's going to go on with some really unkind things, okay? This one's also going to be surprised that the karma falls to them, okay? While you're going to be surprised about the unexpected money, this one's surprised about, oh my God, all of a sudden, you know, I owe him all this money because I've said X, Y, Z, and I've done horrible, awful things. I've wished terrible, awful things. Spirit, the universe, your angels, your guides, okay? Gabriel in this case, they're going to make sure that that balances out in your favor, in the older masculine's favor. All right, quick heads up, I'm going to go ahead and pull. I should have done this a little bit earlier. I do apologize. I'm going to go ahead and do it now so that we can actually show folk who has the storyline going on that Spirit wants this reassurances between. So maybe you younger masculines out there, if you're finding my channel, you might be being told you got to stop that immediately. Okay? So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and if you're sensitive to noise, go ahead and turn your volume down for a moment while I shake. right, we have an R, F, we have a couple of O's, a U, a T, an I, an M, an H, an N, a C. Ooh, I see the word, I see the actual word court. I can't make this up. C, O, U, and then here's the R, and here's the T, court. I can't make that up. T, H, A, O, again, lots of O's here. O seems to be very significant. I also see the word out, O-U-T. Somebody's getting out of this. Definitely you're getting out of this. Okay, there's that U again. So, all right. Hopefully that is helpful for narrowing down who we're talking about. Your letters, your initials are definitely within those, somewhere within those words. I'm gonna go ahead and get you an angel number. I apologize for waiting so long within this read. Try to be consistent, but yep, cannot make this up. 999, lessons learned. Lessons learned. Culmination, results, benefits, reflection, and completion. Take stock of your accomplishments and how you arrived at them. This is a reminder to maintain optimism and drive towards your goals. Okay? I see a victory for the older here, truly. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back. I told you, you're protected. The older is definitely protected. The younger is going to be protected too, but in a way that is unique for them. I mean, they're going to have to take the karmic balance here for the nonsense that they've pulled. Okay? Just know that you need to keep operating. The older needs to keep operating in love, light, gratitude. I'm literally being shown like a picture of an older person that's just a little bit older. I want to say I feel like I'm probably dealing with either millennials or possible zennials. That's the energy that I'm feeling being given to me here. You know, the powers of heaven have your back. You made it, and the reward goes to you. I can't make that up. The reward is going to this older, the older of the two. Okay, the reward involves you winning. What you're surprised about is that you're the winner. You're the victor here, okay? Trust me, the younger is surprised too, but the younger has their own set of unique karmic way. I mean, it's not just that they're going to have to pay you for the nonsense that they've pulled, but they really and truly need to learn this piece, okay? Our state precedes our strategy. How we go at something, the one who's in there saying just very, very, very minimal while the other one is busy cursing and doing false narratives and saying god-awful things and wishing the other party, the older masculine, just unkind things, while the older masculine is like, yeah, I can see this is a problem. You say very little. They're showing me that you say very little because you have control over the state of who you are, okay? That's going to bring you out into victory here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a rainbow card because you're using the lessons learned. You know to operate in white magic is what Gabriel is saying. The older knows to operate in white magic, not in dark, negative spaces, truly. The younger, between the two of you, they're being barred entry, okay? And I literally split your deck here. They're going to be barred entry into any further of your finances, any further of, you know, causing you issues, causing you harm. Spirit is blocking anything and everything that they're trying to send your way. If they're the type of ex that actually sits there and lights candles, Spirit will just sit there and do this. Okay? Over and over and over again. Okay? And typically what happens in that situation, because karma is always, you know, something that, you know, the universe, spirit, God operates in, you know, your ancestors, your angels, all of these will bring karma and return that nonsense right back to the sender. And I see that happening just through this. So just know they're not allowed in your energy anymore. They're being blocked. They're not going to be the victor in this because of the behavior pieces that Spirit is showing me. Get you. I'm really sorry that anybody is going through this. I always feel compassion for both sides. I really do. Yeah. I can't make this up here. All right. Release limiting beliefs. Invisible chains are heaviest. Break them. Who do you think might be being told this? Okay. The older masculine is protected. The younger is being told, you got some limiting beliefs and you're standing there doing dark magic, and guess what? We're going to help you with that. Okay? That's what's happening here. And I do hold compassion for anybody that has this issue. I really do. I know once upon a time in my young 20s, these were probably all cards that I could have been seen with. And I think anybody that hasn't done our spiritual awakening and, you know, learned to do the compassion pieces, the self, the inner work, the inner guidance, things like this, it's often a problem. Okay? All right, we've got achieve dreams. I believe I can achieve my dreams. Well, Gabriel is saying right here, right now, the divine emergence that's happening with this masculine on this side, the one that's going to win everything. After you win everything, you're going to be like, yeah, I absolutely, not only do I believe that Spirit has my back, I know. So keep operating in the white divinity parts, okay? Continue to wish the other well. Know that Spirit's going to just keep doing this. No, we're not going to do X, Y, Z to, you know, your former spouse. But we do have a little bit of karma for you, okay? And I'm not laughing because the situation's funny. I laugh because the way I hear divinity saying this, you know? It's like kind of a Captain Obvious piece that no, we will not be sending dark magic after a practicing white witch. So, you could be 35, 31, 30, 31, 35, or 36, or 33. So I thought I'm talking to some millennials out here. You've got to take a nap in the upside down. You're not being very restful at the moment, and that's because, you know, you're getting ready to have to do some court things in order to clear the decks for what comes next, whoever this is. You do have coffee break running along your line, so you're somebody that loves coffee. You drink a lot of coffee. And I'm going to go ahead and pull some charms for you. And we'll wrap this up. I know this has gone on a bit, and I do apologize. You have a dog. You love your dog. Oh, the younger might be a Zed, like an older version of the Zed. Yes. So the millennial, there's a millennial to Zed connection here. Okay. You're becoming one by yourself. You know this. You already know this. I'm seeing somebody that's already filed. The baby heart, you ain't calling this other one baby anymore. It's in the upside down and you're trying to extricate it. So I get it. There might be a Taurus connection to the Gemini. Okay. Might be a Taurus running along. The younger might be a Taurus. Might also be Scorpio, heavily in one of the others of your chart here. You are not a big fan. There's also heavily Leo in one of the other of your charts too. But I see the Leo, so I think the younger has Leo and Taurus going on with them. You're putting them away. The turtle is on its side, so like as if it's getting ready to roll back over and start moving again. So things are getting ready to progress pretty quickly. That's what I'm being told, okay? You gave things some time to change, is what Gabriel is saying to say. You gave things time to change between the two of you. in quite a while, okay? Quite a while, because that turtle is now here. That turtle is getting ready to flip itself in the upright and move on. So once that turtle's in the upright, things typically actually move quick. Not slow, quick. I always see the turtle that's on the shell as like, man, we're not moving at all. But once that turtle goes, we're done being slow, okay? What I'm trying to ask Spirit about here is that you have Uncle Sam in the upside down. So your ex might be military or politician. There's something heavily associated with either military services or like political, military or political, somewhere here, okay, between these two. And that's the ex. I'm being told that's the ex. All right, I do hope that this reading was helpful. You know, if you resonate with me and or you know other folk that might be able to resonate or, you know, might also resonate with me a little bit, please do like and subscribe, and then please do feel free to pass this reading along so that others can see. I'm here to be a very thorough as possible reader. So I know I said in my first video that folks that read with me, folks that resonate with me, I'm one that, you know, as soon as you see a video come up that's relevant and you just know it's a video that's relevant for you, may as well plan on grabbing a cuppa because we're going to spend some real time together. I do hope that this has been helpful, and much love and light, and welcome to the channel, and thank you for coming and taking the time to stop in.